Hey there. In this video, I'll introduce Docker Sandbox. I'll briefly mention what it is, why people are using it, and briefly also show a couple of things with Docker Sandbox, how does it look like, and so on. So people started using Docker Sandboxes because they didn't want to deal with agents permissions, giving permission, but just run it in a sandbox so that they don't have to worry about anything that agent can do that would harm their own machine or that would leak certain things and so on. And the reason why sandboxes exist because AI agents, right? AI coding agents need to install things. They might install things that you might not want, or they can do things in Docker. They can edit files, and Docker Sandbox basically lets them do all of that in an isolated virtual machine that can't touch our actual machine. That's the whole premise. And the way that I install Docker Sandbox is pretty simple in Mac OS. You can also see the official documentations, how to install this for Windows or Linux. It has to be pretty straightforward. And SPX is the command line term that you need to use to interact with sandboxes. And you have to first log in, right? I have already logged in. Probably it's going to be, it will tell me that I've already logged in. And I will show this with an example that I have here. Um, Here it's the demo project, right? It has simple files that we can actually test this out. Not so important. I'm already changed directory here. We are inside it. Let's see how that looks like. Okay. And I will actually start SPX run OpenCode. OpenCode is an agent harness, and there are a lot of agent harnesses that you can use as well. Clockwork, Codex, Gemini CLI. Inside Docker Sandboxes, there are a bunch of others as well. You can take a look at the documentation for all of those. And starting an agent harness, it seems as simple as like this. SPX run OpenCode. Basically, Docker Sandbox has created an image that has already OpenCode installed. All the important details are installed, certain languages and certain packages. You might want to actually create your own template to create this image. There are also details for that as well. There are a lot of flexibilities for such things as well. But there is an already installed package. I will show that now. SPX run OpenCode. I already did this a couple of times, so I mean it has already installed the image, so we don't have to wait. That's good. Now that what that would do is basically open the open code. This is very like naked open code that doesn't have any tools, I mean it doesn't have tools, sorry. It doesn't have any skills, any prompts, any commands that I have in my own, for example, private machine, right? So for that reason, I have to first connect the provider to be able to actually use OpenCode. Here, okay, I think I already done that, and it seems like I can still use it. Okay, I already done that before this video started, so I already have the provider here for OpenCode Go, and you have to do that when you first install create OpenCode session template. And this is, by the way, continuous, it's persistent as well. So whenever you run this, it's going to be there as well, basically. And what kind of like, you can also create skills and everything inside this sandbox as well, as you can imagine. All right, so let's actually try to do a couple of things with this. I'll actually, nope, how was that? Okay, I'll actually reduce the thinking to medium. Okay, create a txt.test.txt file that says, oh, okay, so let's actually see if that's going to also impact it. Okay, it already came here as well. As we can see, because it's mounted, our project folder is mounted to Docker Sandbox. Whatever happens there, basically impacts our project folder as well, right? So that's the premise here. Uh, okay, that looks pretty beautiful. Let's actually get out of this. Just get out of it. And obviously the sandbox still exists. And we can take a look at that like this. OpenCode dash demo dash project sandbox is here. And there's also even like UI terminal here that you can do a lot of things. I'm not going to be touching all of them. Now I'll go out here. Okay, so what I want to do now is actually get into the sandbox itself with bash, right? Just actually do that. And open quotes, if you do a tab here, it will autocomplete and bash. Okay. All right, so beautiful. Now we are inside there. Let's actually print the working directory currently. It's workspace on the workspace. Okay. But where's the mounts, right? So where's the project folder that we were working on it? And for that, I mean, we need to just take a look at that and see like this, right? So it's basically exists there. It's mounts there that we can still see it like this and directly change things and so on. Okay, so that's also how that looks like, right? Okay, let's actually do something. Let's write something. Sandbox. Okay, let's do this. And let's write it to, I don't know, from the sandbox.txt. Right? Did that work? Let's see. Okay, it's already there, right? We see that. And I can also do this from sandbox. And I just written the inside the message as well here. We will see it here as well. Actually, let's also again use Yasi. It's here, right? So I can directly impact the mounting as well, which is pretty cool. Okay, so far so good. We can also interact with Docker, right? Docker daemon. That also works. I'm not going to be touching on that. That will take time. You can interact with that as well. Your agent also can interact with Docker as well if that's something that you want to do. Let's actually take a look at the branching. How does branching looks like? First of all, let's exit from there. Now I'm inside my main machine. I will now stop this. I'll stop the sandbox itself and remove it for now. And create one with work tree, right? Work tree. You can also create a work tree within the project that you're working. Let's see how that looks like. We already have Git initialized here, so let's see how that looks like. All I had to do was creating a dash dash branch parameter, and it created a work tree. Because we created new sandbox, we don't have the open code go provider, so we have to actually connect to it. You can see here it doesn't exist. These seems like they exist, but they're not. I don't have the API key for them. I don't know why, honestly. Okay, so I will now briefly change the screen and type my API key there. Okay, so as you can see now, I have models that I want. Okay, so that and underneath you can see the action.spx, which actually was here, right? If you remember, it's basically here. Let's just created a work tree. Now we can actually work here and we can do all sorts of things that we want to, which is pretty cool. I think which is very like flexible. Okay, and that was the branching, right? So nothing, I'm not gonna be doing so much things because it takes a lot of time, but the main idea is you can create work trees. You can create a work tree inside a sandbox as well. It's very simple, right? I mean, you don't have to do it with Sandbox through Sandbox. You can do it also without Sandbox as well, but it depends on you. But there is already the flexibility to do this with the Sandbox command line. So it's a pretty cool one. Okay, so now what I will do is just get out of that, right? Okay, so there's one more thing that I want to show, which is, let's go here, which is the customizations inside sandboxes. So we have this spec.yaml file that will actually give us a customized sandbox that we can actually have a lot to say on top of the sandbox. What kind of network does the AI agent has access to? The environment variables. Do we want actually a sandbox with only shell commands, or do we want a sandbox with shell plus a Docker container? In this case, actually, this is a Pi coding agent, which actually is not built in AI agent inside Docker Sandbox. I kind of wanted to do this like this because you can also do this. So you don't have to stick to what Docker has. Again, those are like built-in fixed packages that you can use, but you can also use your own package like this, which is very customized. And you can also give custom, let's say, prompts, system prompts to the agent with the agents.md file. I mean, in this case, with Pi, this agents.md file, but Cloud is cloud.md file, right? All right, so let's actually work on this now. A couple of things is you can actually validate your, let's say, agent kit customization folder. We just got an error because we are in the wrong path. Is it again? Okay, it's a valid one. And you can basically create it, right? Let's just run it. Okay. Again, I already ran this. It already exists, right? Which is good for in terms of time for me to show it. Now it's creating, I mean, it's going through the stuff that it has to go through to run this sandbox. Okay, and a couple of things. Yeah, okay, we already seen a couple of files that appeared here, as you can see. Hello didn't exist actually previously that we saw, and that all came from here, workspace folder. The agents.md file, hello, these actually came from here because we can have both workspace folders files, sorry, and also home level files, which might look like, let me actually get out here. So you have like .py config files, right? And the Pi actually has started here. You can also give certain configurations inside the home directory, right? That would basically appear inside the home path of the sandbox. Okay, so now I have to log in. Again, the same protocol with API key, open code go, it's here. And the same thing appears here as well, right? So I'm not going to be continuing there. But now I'm running the sandbox inside. I mean, I'm running Pi coding agent harness inside sandbox with a lot of customizations. So you can create these files, as I said, right? This is where you can actually customize your agents in the sandbox a lot, and so on. So those are the cool stuff that we went through so far. And yep, so far I think I'm done with this. Let's actually see how many. I mean, we have the um, two of them. Okay, I will now leave it like this. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.